The US just slapped new tariffs on imports, and it's already sending shockwaves through the economy. But what does that mean for you? Higher prices? Job losses? Another recession? Every time tariffs are imposed, the big question isn't just about politics, it's about your wallet. You've probably heard about tariffs in the news, but most people don't realize how much they affect everyday life. Prices of cars, food, and even cosmetics could rise while businesses struggle to adjust. In this video, we'll break down exactly what's happening, who's getting hurt the most, and, most importantly, how you can protect your finances. Stick around, because this could impact you more than you think. What are these new tariffs? Let's start with the basics. On March 12th, the US imposed a 25% tariff on all imported aluminum and steel. That means any company relying on these materials, like auto manufacturers, construction firms, and even beer companies, will have to pay significantly more for their raw materials. And guess what? They won't absorb the costs. They'll pass them down to you, the consumer. But that's not all. The US has also imposed tariffs on imports from Canada, Mexico, and China, three of its biggest trade partners. These countries have already announced retaliatory tariffs, which means prices for certain imported goods in the US are about to skyrocket. This has left businesses scrambling. With policy changes happening almost overnight, companies don't know how to plan. Porsche is considering price hikes. US steelmakers are struggling with supply chain disruptions. Even food companies are feeling the pinch. The biggest issue? Uncertainty. Businesses can't invest in long-term growth if trade policies keep changing every few weeks. And when businesses hold back, job growth slows down. So who's really paying the price for these tariffs? Let's break it down. 1. Consumers. Yes, that means you. When tariffs go up, companies don't just eat the costs, they pass them down to you. That means cars, household appliances, and even basic goods could get more expensive. Already, reports show that auto prices could rise as manufacturers struggle to adjust. Even products like aluminum cans, used for beer and soda, are seeing price hikes. So next time you grab a drink, don't be surprised if it costs more. 2. Small and medium businesses. Big corporations have the resources to adjust, but smaller businesses don't. Companies that import goods or rely on foreign suppliers could see their profits shrink overnight. And if businesses can't keep up, layoffs, hiring freezes, or even closures become a real possibility. 3. The US job market. You might think tariffs help American manufacturers, but history tells a different story. In past trade wars, tariffs have actually led to job losses because industries become less competitive globally. If businesses struggle with high material costs, they either pass the burden to consumers or cut jobs to survive. Now, let's talk about the big question. Is this pushing the US toward a recession? While some argue that tariffs protect American businesses, many economists warn that they could slow down economic growth. JPMorgan recently reported a 40% chance of a US recession this year, a number that could climb to 50% if additional tariffs are imposed on April 2nd. The reason? When global trade slows, businesses cut back, investment drops, consumer spending shrinks, and that's a recipe for economic trouble. Remember, the last time we saw major tariff escalations in 2018 to 2019, the stock market took a massive hit. Will history repeat itself? That depends on what happens next. So if prices are rising and uncertainty is growing, what can you do to protect yourself? Shop smart and buy ahead. If you're planning a major purchase, like a car or home appliances, consider buying before prices rise further. Invest strategically. Some industries actually benefit from tariffs. Companies that focus on domestic production, like US-based manufacturers, could see short-term gains. Meanwhile, if recession risks increase, investors may turn to gold, commodities, and defensive stocks. Watch the market. If tariffs continue to escalate, the stock market could experience turbulence. This could create buying opportunities for long-term investors. Stay informed. This isn't just about politics, it's about your money. The more you understand how these policies affect prices and markets, the better you can prepare. Tariffs aren't just something that affect big businesses and politicians. They affect all of us. From the price of your next car to the cost of your favorite imported beer, these policies impact your daily life in ways you might not expect. So what do you think? Will these tariffs help or hurt the economy? Let's talk about it in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on how financial news affects your wallet.